The text message came through during my closing argument at the Dallas County Courthouse. Running late. Jen's helping me pick up dinner. Want Thai or Italian? Jennifer. My best friend since our sorority days at UT Austin. The woman who'd been my maid of honor. The one my husband Marcus always called practically family. I should have known right then. But when you trust someone completely, you don't see what's right in front of you. My name is Sahara, I'm 32 years old. And this is the story of how the sweetest, most devoted wife in Texas became the woman who took everything. It started the summer before last. Memorial Day weekend specifically. We were hosting our annual pool party at our house in Plano. All our friends, all the usual suspects. I was inside making margaritas when I glanced out the kitchen window and saw them. Marcus had his hand on the small of Jennifer's back, laughing at something she'd said. Her hand was on his chest. Just for a moment. But it was the way she looked at him. The way you don't look at your best friend's husband. I told myself I was being crazy. Texas heat making me paranoid. That was my first mistake. Jennifer had been around constantly that summer. Marcus said I could come over and use the pool while you're at the firm, she'd say, showing up in a bikini on a Tuesday afternoon. Hope that's cool. Course it was cool. She was my best friend. The woman I'd known for 12 years. The one who'd helped me move into my first apartment. Who'd introduced me to Marcus at that Cowboys watch party back in 2018. God, the irony. I'm a family law attorney at one of Dallas's top firms. I've handled divorces for oil executives, real estate moguls, professional athletes. I know every red flag, every warning sign, every lie a cheating spouse tells. But when it's your life, you don't want to see it. The signs were everywhere. Marcus suddenly cared about CrossFit, the same gym Jennifer went to. He started drinking bourbon, Jennifer's drink. His Spotify was full of country music he'd always hated, but Jennifer loved. Then came the Thursday night that changed everything. I told Marcus I had a deposition in Houston. 3 days, I said. I posted photos from the Galleria on Instagram, checked into the Hotel Zaza, made it all look real. Then I drove home at 11 p.m. and parked 2 houses down. Jennifer's white Range Rover was in my driveway. The lights were on in our bedroom, the master bedroom with the custom shutters I'd picked out, the bedding I'd ordered from Pottery Barn, the framed photos of our wedding on the nightstand. I sat in my car until 2 a.m., crying and shaking and texting my sister. Don't do anything yet, she wrote back. You need proof. Real proof. She was right. The next morning I hired a private investigator. A retired Texas Ranger named Dale who'd helped me on a custody case. Mrs. Hayes, he said in his thick drawl, you sure you want to go down this road? Sometimes it's better not to know. Dale, I'm a lawyer. I need to know everything. What he found made me physically ill. They'd been seeing each other for 8 months. Lunch dates in Fort Worth where they thought no one would recognize them. Weekend trips to Austin while I thought Marcus was at sales conferences. Late nights at her apartment in Addison while he told me he was working late at the office. The photos were worse. Marcus kissing her at Clyde Warren Park. Marcus with his arm around her at the state fair. Marcus and Jennifer having drinks on a patio in Deep Ellum, looking like any other couple in love. But the absolute worst. The text messages Dale recovered. Can't wait until she's gone and we can be together for real. She's so clueless. Works too much to even notice. Just a few more months and I'll have everything set up. She won't know what hit her. Threw up. Actually threw up right there in Dale's office. Then I dried my eyes, fixed my makeup and went to war. See, Marcus thought he was clever. He'd been transferring money out of our joint accounts for months. Small amounts he thought I wouldn't notice. He'd opened a checking account at a different bank. Wells Fargo instead of our usual Chase. He'd even put a down payment on a condo in Frisco, listed under his business partner's LLC. He was planning his exit, getting his ducks in a row, making sure he'd walk away from our marriage with as much as possible. He just didn't know I'd been a top 5 earner at my firm for 3 years running. He didn't know I specialized in high net worth divorces. He didn't know I'd taken down men twice as smart as him. I hired a forensic accountant, the same one who'd helped me expose a CEO's hidden assets in a $50 million divorce case. Find everything, I told her. Every account, every transfer, every asset he thinks I don't know about. She found it all. The secret accounts. The stocks he'd transferred to his mother's name. The classic Corvette registered to his brother. The luxury watches he'd been buying and storing at his buddy's house. Even the timeshare in South Padre he thought he'd hidden. For 6 more weeks I played the perfect wife. I smiled at dinner. I went to his company barbecues. I even had Jennifer over for wine and Tex-Mex, listening to her talk about how hard it is to find a good man these days. The whole time I was building my case. The divorce papers were filed on a Monday morning. Marcus was served at his office in Richardson, right in front of his sales team. I wanted it public. I wanted him humiliated. He called me 16 times before noon. I answered exactly once. Sahara, what the hell? We need to talk about this. Talk to my lawyer, Marcus. You'll be hearing from her shortly. When he came home that evening, I was sitting in our living room with my attorney, Patricia, a 60-year-old shark who'd never lost a case. Sahara, baby, please. Whatever you think is going on. I don't think, Marcus. No. I have 8 months of surveillance photos. I have your text messages to Jennifer. I have bank records showing you've been hiding assets. And best of all, smiled, I have the prenup your mother insisted I sign. The one that voids everything if either party commits adultery. Remember. The color drained from his face. Jennifer tried calling me that night. I let it go to voicemail. She left a sobbing message about how it just happened, and how sorry she was and how she never meant to hurt me. I deleted it without listening to the whole thing. The next day she texted, Please, Sahara. You're my best friend. We can work through this. I replied, I don't have friends who sleep with my husband in my bed. Lose my number. Then I blocked her everywhere. Instagram, Facebook, phone, email. She was dead to me. Marcus's lawyer tried every trick in the book. Motions to delay. Claims that my evidence was inadmissible. Requests for continuances. But Patricia and I were ready. 2 weeks before the hearing, Marcus offered to settle. He'd take his business and his 401k. I could have the house and my car. He thinks you'll take it to avoid a trial, Patricia said. He thinks you're too nice. Too soft. Then he's about to learn something. The divorce hearing was on a Wednesday in late October. Marcus walked into that Dallas County courtroom like he owned the place. His attorney beside him, probably thinking I'd fall apart on the stand. Instead, we came prepared with a PowerPoint presentation and 4 bankers' boxes of evidence. We showed the judge everything. The affair timeline with photo evidence. The text messages about their future together. The financial records showing Marcus had systematically hidden over $300,000 in assets. The prenup with the adultery clause his own mother had insisted on. But the real knockout punch. The voicemail. Dale had gotten Marcus's phone records. There was a voicemail from Jennifer to Marcus from 2 months ago that he'd saved. I played it in open court. Baby, I can't wait until this is over and we can finally be together without hiding. I'm so tired of pretending to be her friend. Just a few more months and all her money will be yours anyway, and we can start our real life. The judge's expression turned to stone. Marcus's lawyer objected, scrambled, tried to claim the evidence was obtained illegally. But it wasn't. Everything was above board. Everything was admissible. The judge took 20 minutes to make her decision. I got the house. All 3,500 square feet of it. Both cars. 75% of his business that I'd helped him build with my salary when he was just starting out. His entire 401k. Timeshare. The Corvette he'd tried to hide. And $150,000 in compensatory damages for emotional distress and fraud. Marcus would be paying me spousal support for the next 5 years. He walked out of that courtroom with less than he'd had when we got married. As we left, Marcus tried one last time. "Sahara, please. This will destroy me. I'll lose everything." I stopped and looked at him. "You already did, Marcus. The moment you brought her into my home. The moment you slept with her in my bed. The moment you thought I was too stupid to notice." I walked away, my heels clicking on the courthouse marble. "Oh, and Marcus, Jennifer's already seeing someone new. Some personal trainer from her gym. Guess you weren't as special as you thought." His face crumbled, but I didn't look back. 3 months later, I sold the Plano house. Too many memories. I bought a high-rise condo in uptown Dallas with a view of the skyline that makes me feel like I own this city. My sister came over for the housewarming, bringing barbecue from Pecan Lodge. "I still can't believe you waited 6 weeks before filing." I would have confronted him immediately. That's the difference between emotion and strategy, sis. Emotion loses cases. Evidence wins them. "Do you think you'll ever trust anyone again?" I looked out at the Dallas skyline, the city lights twinkling in the distance. "Maybe. But they'll have to earn it. Every single day." Last month, I saw Jennifer at Whole Foods in Park Cities. She tried to approach me, probably to apologize or explain or beg for forgiveness. I looked right through her like she didn't exist. Because that's what she is now. Nothing. A stranger who made the fatal mistake of underestimating me. People ask if I have regrets, if I should have tried counseling, if I was too harsh. Here's what I tell them. I'm 32 years old. I have a thriving career, financial independence, and a condo with a view that makes me smile every morning. I've learned the most important lesson a woman can learn. Never mistake kindness for weakness. Never mistake love for blindness. And never ever underestimate a Texas woman who knows her worth. Marcus and Jennifer thought they were clever. They thought they'd planned it perfectly. They forgot that I'm the lawyer other lawyers hire when they need to win. And in Texas, we don't just win. Take everything.